Welcome to Let's Talk About Salad. Just kidding. Welcome to the first episode of what we think will be many episodes to follow Into the West Comics. We're going to talk about everything comics, comic books, comic book movies, comic book shows, maybe a video game or two.
Ooh, I could do that.
Some animated stuff. My name is Frank. I'm here with fellow nerd and of the genius of all things geek, Sonny.
That was a great intro. Thank you.
Sonny, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. This is the thing that we're talking about for a while.
Been trying to get this to light for a while since everything going on.
Since since pre world shutdown.
Pre-zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I think that's coming after the vaccine. We might have some. We got to practice. I got to go out and shooting with you.
Okay.
We got to get into it. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about a few things comic. We're going to talk about death metal today.
Yep.
We're going to talk about DC fandom.
Coming up.
Fandom. There's an E on the end. The DC fandom coming up this weekend. That's going to be big. A lot of things potentially, some surprises I think we're going to get from that.
I think so too.
And then we're going to talk about the
camera to look at while I'm over here.
I know, right? It's different, huh? You got it.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Into the West Comics. I'm Paul, not Frank this week. Sorry, he's having a siesta in Mexico. So I'm going to try to hold down the fort for this week. Sitting across from me is the beautiful, wonderful, dressed in all black as usual. The watch is, I like the watch a lot.
Come on now.
Is Mr. Sonny, can I say your last name?
Don't get my last name out.
Sonny. Sonny's here.
Hi.
What do you have? Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I like that I get to look straight at you.
This is nice that we can argue like forward now.
Well, hopefully we don't do a lot of that today.
No.
But you know, it may happen.
No, I just got back from Zion. True mountain man. I could start a fire if I have a lighter. It was dope. I did some hiking. I did some bike riding. I'm not sunburnt as the last weekend.
You weren't bred in Zion?
I was bred in Zion. It's good to see you guys.
And sitting next to Sonny, none other than the man with a beautiful, wonderful Kangol. He promised to impress in the group chat.
Yes,
and I think he did.
You did.
Mr. Uncle Nephew Shane.
Hello. That is really nice, though.
Let's get this anniversary show going.
You're a week late.
Right.
Since you didn't come yesterday, that's why we put up the recap for you.
Oh.
That was last week?
That was last week?
Yeah.
That was last week. You missed it, buddy.
Quan, you sure? Everybody last week, huh?
That was last week.
You erased that from your memory because you weren't here, huh?
Cheers, everybody.
This is the five-year, 1 week anniversary for
Five year, 1 week anniversary of Into the West Comics. Woo! Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate.
Oh, God.
No?
I read it. Oh, my God. What
Forgot
is
about
going
that.
on?
Anyways.
Forgot about that.
And finally, joining us once again, the one, the only, the writer extraordinaire of Batman and Robin,
Man,
and the
myth,
Incredible
the
Hulk,
This-
Hellhunters.
This is a real man.
He is a
Not
real man,
Sonny,
yeah.
I've seen where Sonny lives. That's not where
What? He's
Sonny
got-
is pampered. He lives extravagantly.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Now this guy is a real man.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Finish.
He's definitely got the gruff look now. I love it. We all love it. It's all we could talk about at the table.
true.
The one and only Phillip Kennedy Johnson.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's up, sir?
Like he's been living in the mountains. Look at him.
Now he's the real mountain man.
Phillip Johnson, Mountain Man.
He can. Now that's a guy that can start a fire with a stick.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's official.
Easily with
That's
a stick.
official. What's
No.
going
It's
on?
been a minute.
Yeah. No, well, we're glad to have you back.
On Zion. That place kicks ass, man. That's
It's
a great place.
so gorgeous, especially to get out of the heat out of here for a little while. Just the vibes, if you will.
The vibes.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Wow.
It rained for the first day. Still got to do some hiking. But just it's so fresh. It's beautiful. The views were anytime you look somewhere, it's just picturesque. Like
Yeah. That's how Sedona was when I went
Yeah.
this summer. So
I only
that's
came
super
back. I only came back to do this. I'm going back.
Bees or no bees.
dope. He said he was never coming back, but here he is.
Here he is.
But so we wanted to, first things first, we wanted to say what's up and what have you been up to? We saw you went to the birthplace of Superman. Just wanted to check in and see what exciting stuff you've got going on before we get into the comics and what you've been doing and where you've been at.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I just got out of the army, clearly.
There's the explanation. There you go.
Beard's brand new.
Nice.
Or at least the gray parts. I don't remember that being there before.
That's nice.
Funny how that happens.
That's nice.
But yeah, it's fresh out of the army, and so I'm able to just working on my writing career now, so I'll be doing a little more than you're used to.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So there's some exciting stuff coming up. There's some stuff that's too soon to talk about, but when it is announced, I'll come back on and we'll discuss that next.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Love that.
But this is going to be a big year, though, man. I like Adventures of Superman Book of L is about to drop, so that's going to be that series is half done already, like more than half.
Oh,
But
that's
the first
always
issue.
nice. Yeah.
First issue is about to drop. Batman and Robin's been super fun, and the Infernal Hulk just got announced, which I hope we'll talk about today. Like there's some big stuff that I've been kind of building up to for a long time is happening now.
Hell yeah.
And it's been mad busy, but it's been really good. Really just working with some awesome people. The thing about comics I've always loved is just kind of the energy of it, how it's not because of the DIY kind of vibe of the whole community and the way that industry is, the way that each book comes together. You're just when it comes down, even when you're making these books about these huge characters like Superman, Hulk, and Batman or whatever, you're still just making cool shit with your friends.
Yep.
And that's how it's always felt. And it's been very much that kind of year. So it's been awesome.
Hell yeah. That sounds like a little bit of what's going on here. I mean, is anytime we meet up, it's always just we're just hanging out being buddies.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I'm Joe Rogan or if it's just us hanging out in the studio. This is my favorite stuff.
Yeah, building towards something but having fun with each other.
Absolutely.
So we get that.
Dude, that's the thing. You talked about, you kind of joke about Rogan, like he's that kind of show is the brass ring, but he was doing this, like when he was doing this before, everyone was just confused. Like, why does he do this dumb shit? Like he just he gets people together and just kind of talks to them for no reason. Nobody's listening. And like all the people in so many different mediums and platforms that I admire, and people who have just succeeded to the nth degree, they never did it to be successful or famous or anything. They just did it because they loved it, and everything else kind of caught up to it. And I mean, you guys have that same energy and have since the jump.
Well, that's very kind of you. We try. But
he really is the sweetest human being we've ever had on here.
We've had some.
No, we have you on every week, Shane. But no, the Joe Rogan thing. I remember I was in it was like my sophomore year of high school, like 2012, and my coach was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and it was like that's around the time it started. I was like, "Who is this?" And he was like, "The dude who does commentary for." No, I wasn't like a big stand-up man. I was 15 years old.
All right.
He was like,
I'm old,
"He's a
so.
dude who does commentary for the UFC." I was like, "He has a podcast?"
You're like the Fear Factor guy?
Whatever. He's talking about psychedelics and then what he became. So yeah. But the big first question I want to ask you is: have you seen Superman, and what did you think?
Yeah, this is my main. This is what I'm here for.
The movie.
Yeah.
I liked it, but before I get too deep into it, I kind of want to know what y'all thought. Because if I could just boil it all down with no spoilers, I'll say it is a take on Superman that is unlike the one that I wrote in the comics, but that I can totally get behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I really like the take. Like for me, I always wanted Superman. I'm trying to make readers see and experience the way that like Christopher Reeve as perceived by my little kid self.
Mm-hmm.
like the Christopher Reeve Superman that I grew up with, not just the actual character and his actual portrayal in film, but the way that I remember it as a kid. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, it's not just like, the way you go back and watch Thundercats or whatever, and it's like, damn, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I agree
100%.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's that perception. Like, those movies are not perfect if you go back, but his perception, his portrayal of Superman is so good, man.
Yeah.
And the way that made me feel as this lonely, confused, frustrated kid growing up in the Midwest, and then I see this story on the screen to John Williams music about this guy in that same situation who discovers that he was sent there by people who loved him to do great things.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that made me feel, set to that music, portrayed by Christopher Reeve, just made me just like, oh my God, I can't believe how fucking dope this is, and how it made me want to be so much more than I was. It was so inspiring. And I want a Superman that shows me the way every time. I don't want a Superman that makes dumb mistakes, that kind of fights with his girlfriend, or just you kind of, I don't know. I don't want to see Superman kind of just a normal guy like me, kind of bumbling around doing his best, that happens to have great powers. I want to see someone who shows me the way every time.
Sure.
Like, it's somebody I aspire to be,
Yeah.
And it's a different kind of energy. Now, the movie version, James Gunn gave us a version that is much more relatable and maybe not as inspiring so much as just intensely likable, like somebody you want to be. Not somebody that you just like dream of being like, as much as just you would love to be around them.
Sure.
Like somebody like it just seems like a working class dude who put himself through college doing his best. Like a really nice, good, decent guy doing his best and kicking ass because he doesn't give up. And that's a different kind of energy, but I really like it. I saw some footage of James Gunn and Corn Sweat kind of not arguing, but debating the energy of his.
I saw this too.
When he was about to give his monologue towards the end.
Yeah.
He's like, well, didn't he talked to Pa Kent, and he found out that like all the stuff that Pa Kent, like, should I be this emotionally like upset and everything? And James Gunn said something like, we want to communicate to the viewer that it's okay for them, like, he is upset, and it's okay for them to feel that. It's okay for him to feel that way. It's okay for other people to feel that way. I don't know. The way he talked, he was clearly trying to make Superman relatable and having the kind of feelings that everyday people have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I totally respect that. And especially like it just makes sense for for what this movie is, for them to make it more relatable. I got it, and I can 100% get behind it. And the fact that I got to go there and watch, I waited on the movie. I had an opportunity to see the movie a little bit early.
Oh, really?
And
wow.
But I didn't though.
Oh,
I was invited to the city of Cleveland by the city of Cleveland and by the library, the Cleveland Public Library, which is it's like a freaking Mesopotamian temple. Like it's this unbelievable library, dude. Wow. It's that building at the end that looks like it got jacked up. And
oh wow!
All right.
Well, you missed a spot. That thing at the end.
Yeah.
That's
which was funny.
That's the public library. That's
a cool
that's the library where Siegel and Schuster actually did a lot of their work growing up when they were actually doing.
That's super cool.
Wow.
They would. It was just these two like local Jewish kids who would just meet up at the library and do stuff, or at one of their houses or whatever.
It's amazing. It's an Easter egg.
That library is so incredible, and there's Jerry Siegel's desk is there. Like they preserved the desk.
Oh wow!
Oh, I think I saw you post a picture of that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a sculpture of Superman kind of like hovering above it, and they've got all this memorabilia like hung up in there, and it's like a Superman like floor kind of. Not everything on the whole floor is Superman, but there's like this corridor that's all Superman stuff.
Sure.
And Jerry's desk is in there. Anyway, I got to go there, and I brought my son, and he got to see all the stuff, and like the library's in the movie, and he was all through that library, and there was the place where the big like revolving kiss in that really cool open space. That's a place called the Arcade. That's this really iconic downtown Cleveland location. Apparently, it was designed by the guy who designed the Titanic. Has had the inside of
That's cool.
the Arcade. If you look up to the ceiling, it kind of looks like you could see it being the inside of a massive ship. You know, it's
Whoa.
like it has this really cool kind of design to it.
Interesting.
At least an iceberg can't hit that.
Yeah, for real.
I'm told that let's see, I'm told that it was the first ever shopping mall.
Whoa.
Like, as the arcade was like this gigantic indoor shopping space, and that was the first one of its kind, I guess. Anyway,
super cool.
it's just this really iconic, well-kept place in Cleveland, and that's where they did that shot. And it was so cool that they honored Cleveland the way that they did.
Yeah.
that's nice.
And that they the fact that they used that library in the film, they Warner Brothers made this big donation to them as a thank you, and they
That's
used
really
it
cool.
and invested it to make like this Superman weekend kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
And they brought me up for that. They brought up Bendis, who was local to Cleveland.
Oh, cool.
They brought up Cena Grace, a bunch of other like Superman creators. They brought us up, and we all kind of spoke and did signings and did various things at the library. And to have my son, man, get to see all that stuff, to watch the movie at this really cool local theater, just like
Hell yeah.
just like an old fashioned, like just kind of a shallow sloping floor, like normal, not like the stadium seating. Like you had to kind of like push past people like you used to.
Mm-hmm.
That's old
it's like
school.
really old school town theater. Yeah. To see Superman like that in this in a like crowded space with people who just love it like we do, and for Anders to feel that energy, God, it was cool.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I did not watch it early because I wanted to see it for the first time.
You wanted
with
that
him
first experience.
in
Yeah,
that
sure.
place.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man, it was cool.
I mean,
So yeah, that was my first experience, and it was just a huge honor to get to experience it that way with
Absolutely.
those people and with my boy, and knowing that that's going to be his Superman the way that Christopher Reeve was mine. Like he's going to always go back to that memories of this movie
That's what it's all about.
and
little
feel that
chills.
same way, you know.
I mean, that's the thing. When you said that you wanted to, that James Gunn like has this vision of Superman where, you know, you can identify with the Christopher Reeve aspects growing up, but it's different in the ways of you can identify with Clark Kent as with him being Clark Kent and Superman at the same time, more than the Reeve version where him and Superman and Clark Kent are just two completely different people. I mean, you could tell that the way they behave, the way they act. This Superman, you could tell Clark Kent and Superman are the same person. They're just,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Superman's just a little bit cooler, and I think that's the main difference in this Superman more than the original Superman and the Superman the 70s Superman 78. But with that said, like it's still cool. Like I still dig everything about it. I dug everything about this aspect of this movie. You know, is it paced kind of weirdly? Probably, but that's okay too. That might be the only gripe I have about it. But other than that, I thought it was dope.
That's why I liked it more upon a rewatch. It felt better paced on a
Better paced
rewatch.
on
I
the
knew where
second
it was
time,
going. I really liked the way you put a point on it. This version of Superman, David Cornsweet's, is intensely likable, you say.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think that is a perfect way to describe this version of the character. And I think that's why the movie resonated with so many people, because he is incredibly likable.
Yeah.
And he's not relatable in the way that Cavill's was, where he's kind of sad and going through things. This one was just intensely happy all the time and just wanted to be the best everyman he could be.
Sure.
And it made him very likable.
Yeah.
And I really like the way you put that. And I liked the film. I liked it more the more I watched it. I've seen it like 3 times.
Well, perfect that you said that. We have Seeking Superman in the chat that's seen it 21
21
times.
Wow. Yeah, 21 times.
That's dope.
And
That's
thank
gotta
you.
be my that's got to be my buddy Glenn. He's
really?
a Superman fan. Yeah,
That's
he goes
awesome.
by Superman on Twitter, I think.
Okay, cool.
And he I named. Do you guys remember in my in Action Comics? It was one of my last arcs. It was on Earth.
Right.
There was a construction worker and
Yes.
Superman. He were hanging out there. I named him Glenn after this dude.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
He's
Yeah, that's one of my
funny.
favorite moments in your whole run. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, thanks.
He's just trying to be a
it's
better
cool.
person.
It's a cool
and,
moment.
Yeah.
And
Paul,
Glenn
he's
just really-
lucky.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I
Glenn
mean,
is
even,
lucky.
I mean, I didn't watch it 21 times. I've watched it 3 times actually.
Yeah, same.
And first time I was like, okay, like I think I was going into it.
We had a steak dinner bet on it.
We had a
though.
steak dinner bet on it, just something lame, but
Whether or not it would be good.
whether or not it'd be good or
Really
not, we
good.
all had to agree that it was good. And I think no one's even mentioned in this talk for me, my baseline when I think of Superman is Cavill. So like I'm like comparing
That's
it to
true.
this,
Yeah.
and I'm comparing it like, oh, like I liked it because it was a little darker, and I liked it because of this, and then I go back and think about like, you know, if we're thinking of Superman being in our life nowadays, that's kind of how like Cavill was, and this one was a little bit more comic-y, and I did enjoy that. On the second watch, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. It's settled in for me. This is more accurate. I get it. And then even with like buddies at work, it's like, oh, do you like this? Do you like this? Is it better than the Henry Cavill's performance? And to me, it's different. It's
different.
It's just
It's different, yeah.
You know, and
I didn't hate Cavill.
Cavill's not the problem with those movies.
no.
No,
And
he's not.
I don't think one's better than the other. When you actually boil down to it, it's just it's a different take. So I'm interested in like what did like after seeing Cavill's version and seeing Cornsweat's version, what was the difference in your mindset?
Yeah, PKJ, what did you think about Cavill?
I think that I think Zack Snyder is he's a brilliant visual storyteller.
Mhm.
And I think that everything and everyone in those movies looked perfect.
Yes.
I love
is
the
true.
way all the Krypton and shit looked.
Yeah, dude.
I love the way all the characters were cast. I love the way their uniforms looked, costumes.
Symbols, like the symbols on there, like the fact that all the symbols meant something different was really cool as well. Like,
Yeah, there's cool things.
that's cool.
Like there were really, really cool things. If I was gonna say anything about Cavill's performance, his take was all kind of about how much he loved Lois and not so much about how he loved anything or anyone else. Like he kind of didn't give a fuck about humanity.
Yeah, no, for real.
Truth.
Very
Very
more
true.
about. It's not entirely fair. When he was trying to figure himself out, he's like, do I want to help people or not?
Jamie Adams.
He was
Come on.
still like offline. He was still helping people. He was like still like he was just doing it kind of on the DL.
Yeah, on the low.
But he was still helping people.
Yeah.
As Paul said, Cavill was not the problem. Well, okay. The one thing that just his energy and his portrayal. He when I think about Cavill Superman, I think about him like beefy, kind of sneaking around behind the house, like stealing pants and stuff, like trying to help people without being seen.
Yeah.
But really, I think about the woman on her, or whoever it was, the person on their roof reaching, like in the flood.
Yeah, it was a woman reaching up. Yeah.
And we see him like
just like the silhouette.
Yeah.
like Lord, like
Jesus
lording
Christ
over
himself
from the skies.
Oh,
like
boy.
he's meant to be portrayed as more than us.
Yeah.
He is literally
True.
Superman in the way that way that word means.
Yeah.
And he's meant to be seen that way. Like we're supposed to see him as like this God who kind of lords over us and looks for us and helps us the way that the angels come down from heaven, like, you know, touch us on the forehead and we're healed or whatever. He's kind of that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Which is what Snyder leaned into visually for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And the way that they made, you know, he really leaned into how scary Batman is and made it like, you know, and it just he really leaned into the whole God aspects of Superman. But man, the only thing, kind of the North Star of my comic run was the only reason that the powers can be on the screen or on the page is to illustrate how incorruptible he is.
Yeah.
That was always crucial.
Right.
If he's just doing amazing visual stuff just because he can, then he's like every other character on the shelf. And that's not what makes Superman different. Like he did not ever, Cavill never showed me the energy of, you know, taking down the kaiju and then like taking a second to go down on one knee and like tie the little kid's shoelace.
It's true. Yeah, that's true.
And I think,
you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there were moments, this new movie had that in spades. Like that was where they went so right with the corn take, where he didn't just like when the thing was exploding and all the, you know, the air canisters or wherever they were about to pulp that kid. He didn't just like stand in the way of all the stuff that was exploding and, you know, use his super breath to do some cool visual thing.
Yeah, he covered.
He just like covered the girl with his own, and the way he cradled her neck.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually, if that was part of the direction or not, but man, I love that.
Just the little things. Just the little things.
PKJ, no matter how many times I saw that, it was fast. It was absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful. No matter how many times I saw it, every single time.
Yeah. That was really cool. Like the squirrel thing.
I was gonna say he went and got the squirrel too. You know,
these little moments like we all matter. You know, so that energy is just so unbelievably different. And when I first saw one of the first proper story trailers, the moment where I knew they were kind of going that direction, I thought really worked was he's kind of like he's kind of holding Lois. They're like kind of making out in the apartment, and she's got her arms around him. They're just kind of looking at each other, and she's like, "You sure you want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah." And the way he said it, just his inflection on that word, like, "Oh shit, okay, they're doing this." Like, it's so like, it's just like charming and real. It's not like there wasn't the Chris Reeve like bass in his voice. It was like, yeah, let's do it. Like it'll be okay, kind of a thing. I had problems with again when I was first seeing the trailer and everything, and he was like, "People are going to die," and he's doing that big thing. Yeah. I was like, he's kind of yelling like a kid. I think this is not very. It's not very Superman in the way that I perceive him. The way that he's like frustrated that she's challenging him, and it was just kind of a basic bitch kind of take on virtue.
Yeah.
You know, but then when I saw the whole movie and the whole take, it just made more sense. He wasn't, again, he's not, this is not a Christopher Reeve take. This is a guy doing his best. As he says at the end, he makes mistakes all the time. Yeah. He and his girlfriend get frustrated at each other and they have fights, and he doesn't do like dumb things, but he doesn't have like super judgment and super intellect and all the other stuff. Sure. He's just a guy doing his best. Yeah. And man, that's likable. And that was what they were trying to portray. They're trying to like, hey, Superman struggles, and it's okay that you do too. It's okay that you get frustrated. It's okay that you know, that you need to vent sometimes. It's okay that you make a mistake and then try to have to apologize or what, you know, all the little things. That's what he was trying to communicate with this film, and nailed it. Yeah. So that was the big difference between the Cavill take. Sorry for the long answer, but the Cavill take.
Love the long answer.
This is my favorite part.
The Cavill take is like God's Among Us. The Corn Sweat take is it's okay that things are hard. Just do your best.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know? It's not polished.
So before we move on to talking about your next Superman book, there was a chat question they wanted to ask. RP Chatham 92 wants to know what you think of the Lois Lane and the Lex Luthor performance in that movie. Or take.
I thought they were great. I don't have much to say about those. And even, I mean, the same could be said about Corn Sweat. Any things that I like or dislike or whatever, I kind of don't even lay those things at Corn Sweat's feet. I mean, he did an awesome job, and he looks the part for sure. Mm-hmm. Like I don't love the costume, but that doesn't really matter to me.
Yes.
Like
he agrees with me.
People were always complaining, like,
that's true.
Like, what do you think of the costume? It's like, I don't think about that much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not the determining factor.
Not at this point.
That's not the one I would have chosen, but who gives a shit?
Yeah. There's a million iterations of it, and there will be a million after.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're just trying to make it visually distinct. As far as Lois, I thought actually I was if I had more time a minute ago, I would have mentioned how much I loved the Lex Luthor take. I thought he was really good.
Nice.
One thing that I don't love about the originals going back now is that Lex Luthor is not scary at all. He kind of has like he and Otis and Tessmacher, it's almost like comic relief.
Yeah.
Even as far down as like the score, like it's kind of that dopey tuba theme.
It's true. Yeah, it's
like, there's nothing scary about that. It's just like the bad guys kind of trip over each other and yell at each other, and like it's all just kind of for fun. It's a movie for kids, basically.
Yeah.
Miss Tessmacher.
Exactly.
Remember that?
And now this take, Lex is kind of scary, but also charismatic. Like you see him, he's giving his guys a pep talk on the floor, like like doing the aggressive back rub and like while he's shouting commands and all that. It's all so fucking Elon,
That's funny, dude.
Pure evil.
He's like shouting and barking orders, but also like we can also like kind of get behind him, like, yeah, go team, we're a team. But then when something goes wrong, he flips out.
Yeah.
Pick it up. He's just got that. He's got that egomaniacal intensity that I think is perfect. The scene where he shoots that dude in the head.
Oh, crazy, dude.
For me, as a viewer, I loved it. Like it fits the character and everything. Is like it fits the stakes. it gives us a great human moment with Metamorpho.
Yeah.
Like I still remember Metamorpho, like that poor guy, he
Yeah.
killed that poor guy. Like it was a really powerful moment. And it hurt, like because of what we'd seen that character before.
Yeah.
Man, it hurt when that guy died. That is the only thing that makes this really like a hard watch for a young kid.
Yeah, it's tough.
So I was kind of on the fence about it. It's like, damn, like this whole thing would have been okay for a 7-year-old except this.
Sure.
So
Shouldn't
there
have gotten ahead.
it was a little intense, but for me as a viewer, it was awesome. And Lex nailed it. And all the stuff with Lois, all the tenacity that she shows and her dog in pursuit of the truth and all that was all on screen. They really nailed that's another huge difference between this and the Christopher Reeve era. Superman in the comics was in a different place back then. That was back kind of when like they were not really a couple, and
Right.
Lois was always had doe eyes for the big tough jock that could move ships around.
Mm-hmm.
But always kind of like poo-pooing Clark as a little nerd.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Clark was gaslighting her like crazy all the time in a way that I didn't love even then. Like the thing where he's got her, and this is one of the later movies, but Lois and the other woman, and he's zipping back and forth as Clark and then as Superman back and forth, and almost making fun of them all the time with how stupid everyone is. In a way that I find very unflattering. I mean, certainly now, because everything's different now. And now
Yeah, of course.
their team is completely different energy. But back then, he was in the comics too. He was always like, these,
These dumb bros.
my idiot friends don't know. Like, if only they knew I was Superman, chuckle.
Yeah.
You're goofy. Yeah.
And there's a very different energy with Lois, and the new energy with Lois these days, not new really, but that was all very much on screen in this film. I love her energy. I love how powerful that she is, and how, she's the one saving Superman, rather the other way around.
Yeah.
She's
really
amazing.
powerful.
Rachel Brosnan and this
Did a great
this
job.
version of Lois Lane is absolutely terrific.
I mean,
agree.
speaking on all the like side characters that did an amazing job.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters was Mr. Terrific.
Oh my God,
Dude,
Yeah.
right? Green
Yeah,
Lantern
he
did a
is.
great job.
I like Jimmy Olsen too.
Yeah, dude.
They're all great. Yeah.
Everybody did a really good job. Did you have anybody in particular that you were like super stoked on seeing the version of them?
Oh, man. Well, yeah. Quick shout out to everyone you just said. Like that's such a fun take on Jimmy.
That was a great take on him, man.
Oh my
I thought
God,
it
it
was
was so
terrific.
great when it
So
showed
cool.
it's showing that Jimmy Olsen of all people is just kind of swimming in it, and
Yeah, he's cool. He's
Of
way
course.
cooler than you think, man. Is Jimmy
yeah,
Olsen.
that was so cool. And Mr. Terrific, and especially knowing what I know about that actor and how screwed he was.
Yeah,
as
dude.
X-Men.
Yeah, with
the
X-Men.
Darwin character with the X-Men
Yeah,
movies, like
yeah.
that dude got screwed so hard in that film franchise. So knowing now, you seeing him get this and just obliterate it, like
And
a
just
better
kick ass
character
in the
work.
character?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so cool. I love seeing these different characters who are not A-list superheroes necessarily. It's not famous the way that Wonder Woman and Batman are, but still being really just portrayed so well and given a lot of great screen time. Yeah, so good. The Kents, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I forgot about the Kents.
They just look like such normal people. Like, I know they are like literal movie stars because they're in this movie and they've been in a ton of stuff,
Yeah.
but they don't
No,
have
but yeah.
that. They don't have that like leading man kind of energy. They just in this movie they're portrayed as such like just normies. If anything, the accent is maybe a little bit thick.
That's the only.
Yeah.
That's something. Yeah, that's something we
Yeah.
talked about. That's something we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but in the
Mock
whenever I
Hansen
go
in
back to the
particular.
places where I'm from, I do know a ton of people that talk exactly like that.
You identified with
seems-
it.
Yeah.
It seems thick for a global audience, and for like all the people I hang out with these days, where I'm talking to people from all walks of life and all parts of the country all the time, and it's that extreme side of like the Missouri accent is pretty damn thick.
Mhm.
But but it's true too though. Like it doesn't seem like it is in the context of that movie, but it is real. And the way that they kind of fuddle with technology and kind of struggle with it, and how they're just normal people. And especially
even
when,
Clark.
Yeah.
yeah, and when it paid off at the end with his conversation with him and his dad, my favorite part of the movie I think might have been that thing on the porch
porch.
with with him and his dad.
Yeah.
It's just singularly, it just so effectively undid the cardinal sin of Man of Steel, where it made the Kents at best irrelevant.
Yeah.
And at
Yeah, that's always been a thing with Paul. He's always had a little gripe with that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It just made like everything that matters about Superman in that movie comes from his dad and Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kents are like a problem. It's not, the Kents. The Kents need to be where he gets his humanity. That's what makes him Superman. Even if he's immortal, that actually was their biological kid, he would still be an unpowered version of Superman in real life.
Oh, 100%.
So seeing that with his dad, how proud he is of him, and God, that was cool. I just love. Corn Sweat looks. It also like just the context of that place, like seeing that house with those people, dressed and portrayed the way that they were. It just makes them just really stand out. Like, yeah, this dude's an alien. Like he stands out.
That is true. Absolutely, he does. Does look like he's like 6'4" or something?
Yeah, 6'4", jacked, gorgeous.
His parents are just so normal looking.
Yeah.
Like
his
he stands out just like he should. And that conversation with him and his dad, man, it was good.
Yeah.
So
we spent a little more time on that than I anticipated, but no problem.
Dude,
fantastic.
Hell yeah.
I want to get into, we may or may not have had the luxury of being able to give it a look a little ahead of time.
I don't know what you're talking about. I might know a guy.
But we want to talk to you about the Book of El, written by you, art by Scott Godlewski, comes out in a week next week, and we want to know whatever you want us to know, however you want to promo it. We'll get into some
Stage
questions,
is yours, man.
where it's going. Please do tell.
A tidbit of what's happening. That's all.
Well, I've been really fortunate in how much Superman I've had the opportunity to write at DC. And the first omnibus came out, and I could not be more proud of how it turned out.
Yeah, baby.
It is volume 1 of 2, and the next one's going to be just as fat. And everything that happened after War World is going to be in that other volume, and a ton of back matter. I'm hard at work writing an actual Book of El, which is like this basic, like a long, like a centuries long series of journals by various people in the El line.
Oh.
You did that at the end of the first issue.
Yeah. If you remember at the end of the first issue, there's a couple of pages. There's one page by Kara, and there's one page by the Chronicler, who we'll meet in the next issue.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
And there's going to be a whole lot more of that. And it's going to kind of chart the legacy of Superman after he's gone. It's kind of my homage to, like much of the stuff I've written, to this issue called Superman 400 that came out in the 80s, written by Elliot S. Maggin. That guy wrote a lot of Superman in his day. And it was like an anniversary issue, it was an anthology issue, and the theme was just Superman in the future.
Cool.
And there were all these short stories about that showed different visions of Superman in the future, or his legacy in the future. And the last one in that issue was a story by Steranko that kind of read. It didn't read like a usual narrative that you would expect. It was almost like an Old Testament type thing, and it talked about the descendants of Superman that went on generation by generation. There's nothing in there from. I'm not actually putting any of Elliot's work in this story, but it's kind of like my homage to the work that Maggin did, and that issue in particular. I just want to see what where things go. And if for those who read Future State House of El, that was one of my first Superman stories ever, and it's about his descendants about 1,000 years in the future.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
People really like that issue, and people are always asking me what the family tree was that led to those characters. And I've been very resistant to get into that because I didn't want to spoil anyone else's headcanon.
I was going to ask
I
why.
get those questions constantly.
Yeah, you're starting to fill it in a little.
Yeah, little breadcrumbs trickling in.
Yeah, so I'm starting to get some of that. I'm starting to pay off some of that now, so people can see how we get from 2025 to year 956 of the Promethean age.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's basically all the threads that I left untied from my Superman stuff up until this point. I wanted to answer everything, man. I just want to tie it all together. I want people to be able to read my 2 omnibuses. If that's all I ever get, like I want that to be like this big all-consuming story. I want people to read from page 1 to page last and have an answer to everything and just be like, that was an amazing experience. And I have, like, one of my questions was answered. I want to know the family tree stuff. I want to know what happens with Krill Hooks. Like, Krill Hooks' story is not.
Someone just asked about that in the chat, actually.
Oh, good. Yeah, like Krill Hooks was, ultimately the big bad of the Warworld saga, and I want to see his story has so much further to go.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how it all ties in with the old gods and the Kirby verse and Olgrin and all that.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, if you remember in House of El, #1, Pyros, the Red King, is in there, and it says that his mother is Circe.
Oh.
I want to know how the fuck that happened.
You're like, what is going on here?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to answer every question.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've got 12 issues to tie off everything. So I asked specifically for some design pages at the end of every issue so that we could answer some of these questions, let them see the actual Book of El and see more of Superman's history and legacy. And when that second omnibus comes out, there's going to be a whole lot of back matter.
Hell yeah.
Nice. There's a lot of people asking in the chat about how Lex Luthor will factor into this, if at all, how much so, what can you tell us?
He laughs. That's how I know it's something.
Yeah, like it's we see the name of Luthor is spoken in the second issue, and it's real important. And actually, I'll say that there's a page from the Book of El, like the prose text that deals with that specifically.
Ooh, I hear that, chat.
Well, chat, sounds like you're going to get what you want. Now,
for sure.
I really love the way it seems like you're tying in everything from all the stuff you've done with DC, also including War Journal, which really fits. It lives on its own and it's fantastic, but it fits as kind of a companion piece also to the Warworld saga. How much of that will bleed into this Book of El, and will we see anything from what happened with him and the Olgrin stuff in that story?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing all 7 of the god aspects of Olgrin
Hell
story. Sweet. And one of those is the Dark Star Ring, of course.
Hell yeah.
So, and also, when I did that book, what we did with Ellie Stewart was all in service of Book of El that I'm doing now. Like, Ellie Stewart is basically, I don't want to spoil, but she's super duper important. And issues, is it 3 and 4? 4 and 5. Issues 4 and 5 deal a great deal with the stuff from Green Lantern War Journal and what happened with John, what happened with Ellie Stewart, what happened with the Dark Star Ring, that all gets answered. I mean, but you guys saw a character at the end of issue 1 that kind of ties in with
Sure
for a moment. But there's a race of people in this world called the Lightborn, and that's a big deal. That's really important for what's coming. So stay tuned.
And
it's a beautiful book.
I'm so excited. The chat also
chat's going off
wants
right now.
to know what is the outline, or what does it look like going forward for the twins, and what can you say about that?
Oh man.
Yeah. This is my favorite part, dude. This is my favorite part.
Not much except they've been part of the plan the whole time, and there's a very clear. Yeah, I know it.
I knew it.
They're real important. Like the stuff with House of El and the twins on Warworld and in the Warworld saga and all that. It's all the same story. That's what I was saying. I kind of want everyone to read from the beginning to the end, to read everything I've ever done at DC, and just be like, it's all in here.
What a plan!
That's the
got a plan, man.
What was it like working with Scott Godlewski again? I know you did the One Who Fell with him, I believe, at the very, very beginning of your Superman run, or your short little Superman run before Tom took over with the Son of Kal-El. What's it been like working with him again and being able to craft this whole story with him?
Oh, it's perfect. I mean, he's the co-creator of the characters from House of El. So he was the one. I was always going to reach out to Scott about this. Like, this is it
just seemed right.
Yeah, totally. Like he's always said that this is that issue is the issue that he's like happiest with of all of his work. That's awesome. So I'm bringing him back on board. He was super stoked, and I was too. Like there's there's stuff on my socials. There's like a big 2-page spread of Superman and his son John are flying through space. And in my comics, I don't like people to talk in space.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Makes sense.
That's not how that works. So when they're flying, they can't talk. So Superman just kind of hangs back and watches John fly, and he's just kind of admiring him the way they look at my own boy, and like you just think about how awesome he is, and just dreaming about how
someone's cutting onions in the studio.
What's that, Rick?
I said someone's cutting onions in the studio, man.
He's just the best thing. And so I wrote a thing about Superman. He hangs back and watches Jonathan fly, and he's just watching him and thinking about how he used to watch him pretend to fly through the tall grass, like with a cape around his neck, and think he's just like chasing barn swallows and butterflies and stuff. And now he's watching him
fly through space.
He can zoom in and watch his cells exploding with the power of a supernova, and he's just become this unbelievable thing. But in his heart, he'll always be that little kid chasing barn swallows, and he just anyway.
That's amazing.
You're gonna make Sonny cry.
No, for real, dude. No, dude, for real. I mean, I don't mean to cut you off. Anytime he talks about his kid and just the relativity between like Superman and his kid, or it just always makes me think about like my pops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that's See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Well, and Sonny and I can 100% see eye to eye on that. We both lost our fathers at different ages, much younger than you would usually, and the kind of stuff you do with that, and when you talk about that, it really resonates with him and I specifically. And so it's really great to hear you talk about that and the relationship in the father and the son, and the way it relates to your actual relationship with your son, which is just like you made sure to go and have an unforgettable experience the first time you watched Superman with him. Dude. And that shows in your writing.
I have an absolute unforgettable experience. Like my father passed away in '95. That's neither here nor there. But I have a son myself. And whenever I see him, PKJ, in the backyard, picking up dog feces from our 2 small dogs, I feel the exact same way. I get choked up.
You're like, they grow up so fast.
So they can grow up so fast. A tear comes to my eye because I told him probably to do it 3 days earlier. And he's finally getting around to it. I'm just like, oh, thank you, son. Thank you so much for doing what I asked you to do. What a beautiful kid.
Well,
like Superman, like you, PKJ.
I hate you so much. Yeah. Way to kill the tender moment.
You said it's getting a little too soft in here. But Tessa is a nerd. Shout out her in the chat. She said it best. You do such a fantastic job of writing the super family.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Is there anything else you want to share about Superman? Is there anything else the question the guys have? Go.
Real fast.
By all means, Uncle Nephew.
And that issue that we got sent.
Exclusively.
Exclusively.
Okay.
When Clark kisses Lois and tells her, I love you. I'm sorry I say that too much. Like, that is the most tender thing. Like, I love that part so much from a writing standpoint, and from my own wife, that I tell her that all the time because she has to put up with me.
Just come back. So
I do that. Yeah, I just go, wow, that sounds exactly like my own home. I love you. I'm sorry I've told you. I tell you that too much. I know that because I pass that on the couch. Yeah, you deal with me all the time. But that's amazing writing, and it just completely touches me in ways that it's just amazing, man. I love that as well.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Look at you.
All right, go ahead, Paul.
I was gonna say, is there anything else you want to share about the Book of L before we move on to the big announcement that happened recently with you and your Marvel book, The Infernal Hulk?
No, just how grateful I am to get the chance to do this, man. Like the fact that I get to. I mean, so many people just never, like, they have all these plans. I think Peter David Hulk actually had all these plans for like years and years and years of Hulk stuff.
That's his name.
And when his run ended, I mean, David was on Hulk forever.
Yeah.
It's not like he didn't get a chance to tell the stories he wanted to do, but he still had so much more in him. And I don't know. The opportunity to get another 12 issues to tell more of the stories that I wanted to, show where more of this is going to go, was always meant to go. I just couldn't be more grateful for it. And yeah, dude, I'm just not going to waste a second.
You're the right man for the job. That's for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Good.
Anything that can't fit in the internals of, and like the interior pages is going into the back matter. Anything I don't have room to put in there is going to go in the back matter of the omnibus. I'm just going to.
Oh yeah,
It'll get there. It'll get
all
there.
to be there.
well,
Yeah. I mean, sincerely, like real quick, what did you guys, just real quick, I know we're out of time, but like, what did you guys think of the book? You happy with it?
We're not out of time. You have all the time.
yeah, we just want to make sure we get to Hulk. We still got like 35 minutes. I loved it, and I
Same.
think it was just a really wholesome and great continuation of the mythology you had built with the other 2 runs you've had
Agreed.
within DC.
Agreed. That's why I said, man, you're the right man for the job. Anytime I talk to anybody about anything, I'm like, check this out. This is not only are we grateful that I can call this guy a friend, but he is a insane writer. And if anybody should be doing it, this is the issue that you should be reading.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's a testament to your ability to write these characters that, once guys are writing Hulk and Batman and Robin and Superman and Nightwing and all these guys, there's usually a contingent of people online who are like, oh, this guy sucks. I have seen none of that. Every single time there's an announcement for one of your comics on these guys, it is nothing but, oh, thank God he's back on this.
Exactly.
Thank God he's writing this. And I think that's a testament to the way you handle these characters.
Absolutely.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that a lot.
Hell yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So
In that case.
recently, you and Nick Klein, who have had a fantastic run among other artists who have helped out, Matthew Wilson is a big part of it. On The Incredible Hulk, recently the issue came out this week. Weirdly, the DC stuff didn't come out to my poll this week yet, but the Marvel stuff did. I read it. It's building towards the Infernal Hulk, which comes out in 2 months, I believe. And I'm just so stoked for it. I know the guys are.
Yeah, dude.
Tell us more.
What's up?
Well, again, I like to play the long game in my stories, and this is, I understand that Marvel does a lot of number 1 sometimes as a way to like maintain interest. This one's different. This is the beginning of the second act of the story that Nick and I have been doing in Hulk since the very beginning.
Love that.
Yeah.
So since issue 1, where we introduced Eldest and the mythology of the Mother of Horrors and all that,
Yep.
we've been building to this moment that is finally here, and it completely reimagines the book. We are about to have more. So the first act, everything we've been doing in Incredible up till now, up through issue 30, has been kind of making Hulk a lightning rod for the monsters of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, dude.
In a way that we see in the stories like Hellboy and that kind of thing, where he just kind of walks the earth. And there's a line that I write in there early on that says, monsters tend to find each other. And we see how I found that to be true in my own life. And,
Absolutely. No, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
So, like he just becomes this lightning rod because of the events of the first issue. Things are always like kind of looking for him. And as he walks, just trying to be left alone, he has this kid going along with him
Charlie.
for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And she herself ends up being one of those monsters that they talked about that find each other. Like she's part of that too. Like they didn't realize it at first that she becomes one, and all these other things. Like it's just kind of, that's been the setup, just fleshing out the Marvel bestiary, getting all the pieces onto the board, and then with the events of issue 30, well, really issues 28 through 30, the thing, like we just saw issue 28 just dropped. So 29 and 30 are yet to come. And then after that is Infernal number 1. We're going to see all that payoff, like all the answers that people have been looking for with the Mother of Horrors and Eldest and all that all gets answered in issues 28, 29, 30. And that sets up a completely new status quo, which is the biggest change to Hulk status quo literally ever. I don't want to spoil every element of it. I mean, the solicit, which I didn't write, actually. I didn't write the solicit. But
Really?
But anyway, I'll have to talk to those guys about so what?
So what?
So this is a slightly more spoilery than I intended, but
oh wow, okay.
But we see where it's going to go, like the broad strokes of what's happening next, and it's about to have a lot more organic ties with the rest of the Marvel universe. It's about to become much more of a Marvel universe kind of book.
Okay.
Nice.
Whereas up till now, we've mostly been, we've been seeing cameos.
Yeah, for sure.
Thor, one of
But
the dopest issues I've read in
Yeah,
a long time. That issue was so dope.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, which one?
The one with Thor. God, there's
thanks.
a ton of them, but that one is incredible.
Yeah, that one sticks out.
You
for
were
sure.
meant to write Thor and Hulk
Yeah,
together.
that was fire.
Yeah.
Gotta say, that was real fun when I was writing.
I'm
that.
sure you had a ball with that one.
I went out
You want to do more of this?
and got a short box with the art on it, and Nick Klein messaged me and was like, "Where did you get this?" I was like, "It was just at my comics." I don't know.
Nick's the best. I talk to Nick like every day.
Yeah.
But we have to kind of watch. Usually we kind of check in before I go to bed because he lives in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And usually he's a German dude. He's
Oh, wow.
so right before I go to
Fine.
bed, he's just getting up and he'll like check in on something, and we're like, all right, cool, talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did this happen? Is everything okay?
Good morning, good night.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, great dude, unbelievable artist, dude. The art that he just turned in. Well, sorry, actually no, the stuff that I just saw for issue 30, which he's done that, but now it's like colored and lettered and God, just unbelievably good. It's like straight up Wrightson, dude. There's this big 2-page spread in issue 30 where you have to it's one of those things where you turn the book and look at
Oh,
the
yeah. Love
sick.
that. Yeah.
look at it like Playboy style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
My
like-
man.
It is straight up Bernie Wrightson.
That's
It's
sick.
just so unbelievably good. I cannot wait for you to see that spread.
That's so
It's
sick.
just the sickest shit I've ever seen from Nick, except for the issues he did right after that. Like, I mean, I still
Wow.
like Infernal Hulk #1 is just absurd. I mean, God. Anyway,
Say no more, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
dude, I'm
it's great.
stoked. Yeah, I'm stoked for that.
we're about to see a whole lot more of the rest of the Marvel universe, and they're going to start intruding on this book more and more. The events of 30 leading through Infernal, Hulk can no longer be ignored after that.
Right.
And it's about to become a much more ensemble cast, and that is going to just ramp up and up and up and up into what I'm considering the third act
Third
of this
act.
whole thing. Now, I'm not
Ooh,
saying the whole thing. Like if we're talking in terms of screenplays, usually the Act 2 is usually twice as long as Act 1. That's not the case here. We're not talking. This is not going to be a 150 issue run or anything, but issues actually the pace is about to pick up quite a bit. Like things are about to get much more intense. Big changes happening from issue to issue through Infernal Hulk that leads to like a really, really big moment that I kind of can't believe they let me get away with.
Really?
You serious?
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to end up bringing other writers on board and to make it like tie in with more stuff. And it's going to be
God, it's that big?
it's going to be a big fucking deal.
Hell yeah, dude. I can't wait for us to like get off
on
live
board.
to hear like the little breadcrumbs he wants to tell
I
us.
love it. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody
30
relax.
minutes,
Relax,
30 minutes.
relax,
But yeah,
relax.
the Hulk issues have definitely, since Charlie left Hulk, it definitely feels like you've been building to this kind of breaking point, which will be the beginning of Infernal Hulk.
Oh yeah.
And I want to ask, and I think some of the people in the chat had similar questions. What's up? What can you tell us about the Infernal Hulk's design? Where is it coming from? What inspired you to kind of go that route
with that
with
route?
it?
Yeah.
And one person asked, "Is that our Hulk? Is it a different Hulk? Is it more than one? What's going on there?"
I don't want to spoil. It's such a huge spoiler. I shouldn't say this, but but I'll say that. See, what can I say exactly? The original design was not quite as radical a change. We were kind of kicking it around. It still looked amazing, but then as we were talking about it, like Nick and I were really, really happy with it. But then when we started talking about it, we brought it up at a Marvel Summit actually,
Oh, cool.
and one of the high ups kind of threw out a suggestion like, "What if we did this?" And
Oh boy.
I always stopped watching.
Wow.
But that particular suggestion, we were like, "Whoa, we kind of hate that." But,
How about no?
Not for nothing, but we kind of
It's a no for me, dog.
I said it almost like that, Sonny. It was- I was like, wait. Like somebody pull the fire alarm.
Get me out of this meeting. Get me out of this meeting. Get me out of this meeting.
But it did kind of, the note behind the note though was sound.
Okay.
And so then we started asking the question, okay, maybe not that, but what if we did this instead to solve that same kind of an issue?
Okay.
And it ended up, we kind of came to what we saw here. I will say that the scar going down Hulk's center, there is a very it's story driven. That's there for something that happens in the book.
Okay.
I cannot wait for you to see what it is. There's another 2-page spread in that book that is going to pay for Nick Klein's next house.
Really?
Like,
it's that good?
Yeah, dude. It's fucking insane.
That's
It's not only is it amazing, but it's also like really like significant in the story way. Like it's just can't believe what you're looking at.
We'll be seeing that everywhere, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible.
I don't want to pry.
There's that. There also, I will say that the left and right side of his, if you'll notice, there's like a subtle color difference.
Yeah.
Like one side of his body is like scar tissue, basically.
Yeah, we got it up on the screen there next to you.
And that impacts like his power set.
Oh.
So
this is a battle scar. I don't want to pry.
Wait till
but is that what it is? No, I'm just
kind of.
Yeah.
All
right, never mind. That's all I want to hear.
He just wants to.
What else can you tell us?
It's kind of dope. Like the events of issue 30 make perfect sense why he looks like he does.
Okay.
It's crazy, man.
The scar, his color, his expression, it all plays into what happens.
God,
I'm so stoked for
it's
that,
dope.
dude.
It's so dope.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm unbelievably excited
That's
for
dope,
this.
man.
It is other than as of like the last couple of months, pretty much the only Marvel stuff I was reading on appointment when it came out, it was Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell, and
Fire.
Hulk. So I'm so excited for this, and for it to kind of tie into the rest of the Marvel stuff, because it'll kind of give me a little more inspiration to read the other Marvel stuff.
Yeah, of course.
How much did what was it like working on the Bring on the Bad Guys Abomination issue, which was also, I thought, fantastic and a really great reintroduction to the character of Abomination?
Yeah, thanks. It was cool. So Mark Guggenheim is a friend of Arrowverse fame, and he's the one that is kind of leading the Bring on the Bad Guys event.
Cool.
It's like this, as you've been seeing, all these one shots that tie in together to tell one narrative, and that was all Mark's idea. And yeah, Mark's a friend. I want to be part of it. But also another like selling point was that a lot of all these books, all the Bring on the Bad Guy one shots. So usually in the editorial, there's like a senior editor that you're mostly interacting with, and then they have like one or two assistants that kind of help like keep the trains rolling on time. They're also reading stuff and giving notes and everything, but there's like somebody like leading the charge. Like a senior editor is usually running those books. And the Bring on the Bad Guys issues were an opportunity for the junior editors to lead their own books. And I thought that was great that they did that. I thought that was a really cool thing, like cool opportunity to give to the other editors. And I didn't want to not be a part of it. So I wanted to support that kind of a thing. So the assistant editor on Hulk, Caden McGahee, got to run the Abomination thing, and she asked if I wanted to do the Abomination issue. And I was busy as hell, but
you're like, sure.
Felt important to support. The fact that it's Mark's series, but also that Caden was doing it, and I think it was her first time doing that, like leading a book. So I wanted to say yes. So but it was really cool. Got to meet an artist I never worked with before. Did a great job. It was cool to kind of explore the what's the word I'm looking for? The espionage background that Abomination has. Like he was like a black ops like spy type dude at one point. And you don't really see that side of him very much. So I got to kind of kick those tires a little bit and explore that part of Emil Blonsky's character a little bit, which was cool, and get into Wakanda a little bit. I've not done much in Wakanda at all. So I got to learn a little bit about Wakanda. Getting these opportunities to do these kinds of stories often is a way to kind of fill in the gaps, fill the holes of your game.
Oh, for sure.
If there's a character you don't know very well, or a setting you don't know, it's a chance for you to kind of do your research and figure out some stuff.
That's awesome.
And I needed to do that for both Abomination and also for Black Panther and Wakanda.
Nice.
So it was a good chance for that.
Yeah, I quite liked that Blonsky was definitely still a bad guy by the end of that issue.
Yeah,
he didn't pull any punches at the end.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was fun. Well, we see him again in issue 30 or 29, 30. So.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
That's what I was like.
Yeah.
All right, tell me.
So the last, well, you got plenty of big books coming out. You had Hellhunters, which was awesome, but the one that I want to talk about next is Batman and Robin with you and
Chat's been asking
Javier
about this one, too.
Fernandez, and just a really phenomenal story, which a lot of people who I know who read are saying it's their absolute favorite Batman book that's out right now. There's a lot of good Batman books out right now, and I would tend to agree with them. You do this Eldritch horror thing with the Memento arc that you've had, and that kind of just came to an end. My very specific question is, I know that you played a little bit of Elden Ring at least, and I want to know if the design of Memento had any roots in Godric the Grafted from Elden Ring. Was it a subconscious thing?
Crazy question. Crazy question.
Where did the design?
No, he's so serious because I know PKJ is going to appreciate
the design and the just the elements of that character. Where did they come from? How did you come up with them?
Seriously? You know, I don't think I ever sent any reference of Godric in particular to anybody to like draw on for inspiration.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
I did send reference from the game Bloodborne.
Okay. Close. See?
All right.
Close.
Yep. Which is also, as fans will know, is also a FromSoft game.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, I love the Elden Ring aesthetic. I love the Bloodborne, Dark Souls.
They're so good.
Games,
they're so good.
Yeah, I love that stuff. The way I play those games, I play those games slow.
Yeah.
Like I just go through and I try to take in all the check out all the architecture and how all the architecture is different, and you can tell that, especially in Elden Ring much more so than the other games. I mean, it takes it to like the third, fifth level above beyond anything that they did in the other game. Dark Souls feels so basic in comparison. You can, you're in a you're in a Leyndell, like the capital, and there's a very specific architecture to everything. But then you see one building. If you pay attention, it's clearly much older. And then you see what's in there and it makes sense. And you see what's on, like, it's the, you see what's in the round table hold. You look at that fucking table itself and what's on it. And that makes sense. Yeah. If you pay attention to the roads, like there's the, I forget what they call it, but there's like not the golden road, but there's a road that you're on that goes most of the way through the entire map. And if you pay attention to that and how the little symbol in there changes from region to region, or how busted up the road is, or where it disappears, there's all these hints about lore that are so well thought of. Man, that has been such a masterclass for me as a writer. That game has inspired me so much as a writer, because
that's awesome to hear.
I don't ever want to look close at any kind of a fictional world and see the cracks and be like, oh, this is all bullshit. I want to be able to keep looking closer and closer and closer and still find more stuff that makes it feel real. Yeah. For all his faults, man, George R. R. Martin does that really great in his books.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Yeah, he just needs to start writing.
Yeah, just finish the damn book, man.
I know. That whole thing is frustrating, but but man, the world building, it all feels so real. He establishes all these religions and languages and cultures, and you keep going down the rabbit hole, and there's never a bottom, and that's so crucial. And I've tried to do that in my own writing, because I don't want anyone to ever get to a point where suddenly they're seeing the code, like they're seeing that it's all fake. I don't ever want people to be able to get to that point where it all seems fake. There's to go back to Book of El, actually, how, imagine going back in time 1,000 years and how different people speak back then.
Yeah.
I didn't want people to go to present day, 1,000 years in the future, to the year 956 PAE, and see people talking like us and looking like us. So I tried to work in like just enough like jargon and lingo that we feel like we're in a different place without. You can't really do it like it would actually be, where people don't understand. You don't understand what anyone's saying.
We still got to be able to read it.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be exactly.
Like, if you think about it, recently, probably the last 15, 20 years, I think a lot of people look and sound exactly the same as they did you might not be too far off thinking that we might look and sound just a little bit like we do now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
Well,
country
yeah,
for
I
sure. Yeah.
I wanted to introduce ways of talk. Let's kind of knock all the sharp edges off and like
True.
imagine how people would be changing speech over the course of the next, like just making speech a little bit quicker and more casual and introducing new words. But there's whenever you see a new word in Book of El that you don't recognize, there's like etymology behind that word and how we got from real words to that word.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well,
That's
and
awesome.
I also like the way, and you've always done this a little bit with language and music.
Music in particular.
Music in particular, for sure. Even with the way that Memento speaks in
literally
in
the
Batman
last.
That's what Brendan said in the
Literally,
comments.
Brendan
Yeah.
just said
Which
that.
shout out Brendan. He said he got to see you in Massachusetts the other day. Said it was an awesome experience to get to see you.
Oh, awesome. Dude, thanks so much.
Yeah, but the way the Philosians, which is a word I realize I've never said out loud until now.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Nailed it.
But they have a different dialect of Kryptonese than Superman towards the beginning of Warworld Saga.
Yeah.
And they have a moment where they're like, I think they're Kryptonian or from Krypton.
Yeah.
Because this language is progressed in this way, but it is also still our language.
Right.
Yeah, I forget the first word of that. It's like Colomia Alfalcus or something like that they say that when he hears the words, he's like, I just hear that. And he's not hearing Kryptonese, he's hearing the language of this offshoot colony. It'd be like if we were in, say, if we were in space, like a world 100 million light years away, and somebody says something in like Spanish.
Right.
You're like,
so we're not.
You're like, hold on.
Yeah. That's basically what's happening in that scene. Like he's hearing something in a language that he does not speak natively but recognizes.
Mm-hmm. Like I know that.
But Kara did understand it because I like
she's like,
I like the idea that I like the idea that Kara is always kind of the smartest person in the room, or at least the most Kryptonian person in the room. Like she's the real, lantern keeper for the whole Kryptonian race, because she's the one that actually lost everything. She actually had friends in a school and family that she knew, and she's the one. If I had one gripe about the new movie, it's Kara.
There it is.
I was gonna
scene at the end where she shows up and she's like, "Bleh, bitch," and it's kind of talking rude, and it's just like it's so different than, not only different from Tom's take in Woman of Tomorrow, but really different from my take, in which she's much more put together than
measured,
more
with it. More with it.
Yeah. I like the idea that she's like when Kel-X gets busted up, she can kind of speak his coding language with him, and she just knows everything. She knows more about Krypton than anyone else.
Right.
I like the idea of her as the matriarch of the world of Krypton, even more so than Superman is.
But what if they fix that? If they fix that in the next movie, do you think it'd be pretty cool?
I mean, I'm interested to see how they do it.
That'd be great.
That'd be I hope. Yeah, I hope. I don't have a lot of faith that they're going to go that direction based on what we saw from her in the first movie.
Yeah,
but it would be, because even in the book, like if they do a true adaptation of Tom's book, she's not all like hagged out and rude like she was in that scene.
Yeah,
like
she was very clearly jaded in that scene.
Yeah, there's still. I mean, I know she's drunk and all that, but it's
definitely.
I don't know. It's okay.
Hungover, I would say.
I just want her treated respectfully. I want to she's someone who lost her entire world, and I kind of want to see that on the screen. Not as somebody who's like, bitter and jaded and surly, but somebody who grieves, but also has the same kind of moral center as Clark.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Optimistic about the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that I agree with you. They were trying to go for, because she is a little bit of a drunkard isn't the word, but she's going to different planets to get drunk in Tom King's comic, but not in the
she's
same.
She's a buffoon, apparently.
Not in the same kind of way. She goes and drinks and like kind of washes her sorrows away. She's not like party girl 18-year-old like she.
Yeah,
is
it's more of like
end of
an escape.
Superman.
It's more of an escape. I'm using this to I guess, just kind of get away from what like he said, I lost all my friends. I lost my world. I lost my parents. I almost lost my damn dog.
Right.
And that, you know what I mean?
I do think that one thing about the Supergirl movie, I think they are going to replace the character from the comic. I cannot remember his name. He's the main antagonist. I think they're going to replace him with Lobo.
Lobo. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
think Lobo.
It does seem that way.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I hope they don't do that.
How about no?
But yeah, I mean, if they do something different where he's kind of like the anti-hero, like unlikely ally for part of it and antagonist for part of it, but not the guy at the end. I hope it's not the big bad.
I don't think so. I hope not. I agree.
I can't remember that character's name. It's driving me nuts.
I think Lobo is an interesting character to have interact with her and to,
for sure.
He's
not in that comic at all.
Not at all.
But it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah, I mean, when people talk about the new Superman movie, it's not. James Gunn had a much bigger mission than just making a good Superman movie. He's setting up an entire new take on a universe.
Sure.
And that kind of explains a lot of the other decisions that he made. And I understand that he would be hard pressed. It would be hard for him to do a Supergirl movie that's just about Supergirl with basically no other DC characters in it. He's going to want to show some synergy with other DC stuff. So it would make sense if Lobo was in it some capacity and some other characters as well, just to see them kind of weaving in and out of the story. But I hope they don't just replace a really interesting bad guy with Lobo whole cloth. That would be lame.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree.
especially with all the, Jason Momoa is doing pretty good right now. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that they're gonna. He looks awesome, and I've seen. I don't know if it's fake. I don't know if it's real. Some
the
test
stuff
footage.
On the tank, some of that stuff was real.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Looks really cool, and I've been excited since. I mean, even Jason Momoa himself was like, I thought I was getting casted as Lobo, and he got Aquaman, and he was like, all right, I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked for his character, and I think his persona and his vibe really fits that really well.
Exactly. He basically is Lobo.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
rides
He's
motorcycles and smokes cigars and
Lobo.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my
He's
jam
not
already.
really. He's not really the uber jacked, like chiseled.
No, not
kind of guy.
anymore.
He's more the dude that, that hasn't showered in a while. His beard's getting a little bit too long, and he's like headbutting people in the bar. Kind of dude.
It's literally
Like
Jason
in real
Momoa.
life.
I could watch
Yeah,
that all
so-
day if he does that, for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
and I also think that that's probably another thing that they're, you want to bring a likable character in and let's try and get butts in seats and all that kind of stuff. Because although we have seen Gunn is really good at making these characters that we don't pay attention to or we don't think that matter
Like
and
pop, yeah.
So it is really interesting to see, a Jason Momoa Lobo with this Supergirl and to see like what this is going to take.
PKJ,
That's
Yeah.
him.
you watch Peacemaker yet?
Not the new one. I love the first one.
Oh, well, watch that immediately and then
season-
tell us what you think.
Season 2 is a
I'm
little
excited,
wild,
dude.
man.
Okay, cool.
This week has been so insane. It feels like a fucking conspiracy.
I love that.
I mean, I'm inching my way through Alien Earth, like
Me too.
like one meal prep at a time.
Yes.
Like I'm watching it.
10 minutes.
I'm watching in like 8-minute increments.
I need to keep going back to the episode 2, where at the end of the episode they play Tool, Stinkfist.
Yeah, dude.
It's just fantastic.
Well, I
that
mean,
ending.
you're somebody that I would like to talk about that. I mean, I know we're talking about everything else, but how are you enjoying it? Are you digging it?
I've seen so little of it.
Ah.
I've only seen about the first. I finished the first episode, which
Okay.
I did like.
You didn't see the episode 2 yet?
No, he just said he saw the
I've
1st
seen
episode.
the
Oh,
first,
okay. All
probably
right.
the first 16 minutes of episode 2.
Which is good. Which is so good.
You know
Do you like Tool?
Yeah, Tool's fine.
All right,
I don't
so at the end of
It's
this-
his favorite band, so he feels a little.
Yeah, I like Tool. Okay, I
One
don't.
of my
It's not. I don't. Lately, I've been listening to different kind of stuff, but I. Yeah, I like Tool.
All right, cool. At the end of that episode 2, they're going to play a Tool song. You're going to dig it. I tell you
All right,
that right now. It's going to be cool.
Phillip, they're gonna play a Tool song. If he hadn't told you already, they're gonna play a Tool
Oh,
song.
that's good. I'm excited.
You know
You're going
what's,
to really enjoy
been,
how yeah. Go ahead.
you know what's so
I've been listening to. I have had a pretty eclectic week as far as music. So I've been taking my son. It's my son's first week of school. I've been driving him every day to and from, which has been really fun. And because I used to walk him to school.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
But he just started a new middle school, so now I got to drive him. So it's a whole different kind of morning.
Yeah.
but we typically listen to music while we're driving. We'll talk about stuff, and we listen to, let's see, what have we been listening to lately? I've been listening to Tannhauser by Wagner, which is
wow.
If you listen to the Tannhauser overture, which kind of sums up the whole opera, kind of.
Yeah.
It is the most unbelievable brass writing of all time. Like I listen to that piece when I want to just like remind myself what human beings are capable of.
Oh wow. Yeah,
that's great. When you devote yourself to a craft, like just the unbelievable power of the human mind. That music is, and also as a brass player, like listening to the playing too, it's just like, God, it's just a body
like, this
of
is
it.
what someone can do. This is crazy.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So I've listened to that. But also my son, we listen to music when we do Legos together. Nice. And he's gotten a taste, thanks to me. You're welcome.
Gotta sprinkle that in there.
He's gotten a taste for Beastie Boys.
Hell yeah.
And now he'll listen to Beastie Boys when I'm not around. A good bit.
Oh, so now you know.
Oh, that's great.
Like he'll be doing something else, and out of the blue, I'll hear him be like, "No, sleep."
Brooklyn.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
Yeah,
I must know.
It's so fun. And so we started listening to Wu-Tang this week.
Oh
man.
Because I love Wu-Tang.
Yes.
Because it's like it's similar enough that he'll like get it.
For sure.
But it's also it's different enough. I thought I might get him kind of excited. So
Definitely different. Definitely
Listen,
different.
I gotta know your favorite Beastie Boys record.
Ill Communication.
Oh,
wow. Look
we gotta get a compilation of Shane's reactions on the way he
got the ill communication. Ma Bell got the ill communication.
That's the best. I think that's their best record.
Fantastic record.
So Anders is a drummer as well. He's a monster drummer.
Hell yeah.
Really?
And yeah, he's a great drummer. I teach him trumpet, but he studies drums.
That's crazy to have both of those in your back pocket. Yeah. That's sick.
He takes drums from a colleague of mine. Well, a former colleague now, I guess.
Yeah.
But sorry, where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So I taught him how to. Well, I didn't teach him shit, but I just play along with him as he's figuring out the drum track to what was it? Something off that album. Root Down.
Oh, great song. That's a great song to practice drums to too. It's all drums. Matter of fact,
that groove is so good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Just two music nerds.
Letting them go.
Let them go.
Letting them go.
Do you think? Dude, what a great song to practice drums to. That is because it is 99.9% all just beautiful beat and drums.
Hold on.
Can you hear it, Phil?
Can you hear it?
Over here now. Are you playing Root Down over there?
Yeah, he started up Root Down.
Oh, dope. Yeah, I love that song.
We can play back.
We're gonna start working our way out of here. The last thing I want to say, isn't it? It's kind of hilarious that there's nothing we brought up today that Phil didn't write at some point. We started talking about alien Earth.
Aliens.
And it totally escaped my mind for a moment that you also wrote
That's
Alien.
why I brought that's why I was bringing them why are you
And then there's when's the new James Bond movie comes out, James Bond. Dude, the slew of characters you've got to write is just first of all completely deserved and just awesome.
Thanks, guys.
But
appreciate that.
This was an absolute blast. Is there anything you'd like to give us here at the end? Last notes, last things you want to share with us before before we start to sign off?
Man, I do have other big news coming. And I kind of don't even want to. I don't want to announce it yet because in theory I could announce it any time, but I want to wait until Superman's been out for a little bit.
Okay.
And around the time that Infernal Hulk drops is probably a good time to announce it.
We'll hear about
so
that
around
later.
that time, I guess we better talk again. Get on here and talk about some more.
We'll get you on
for real.
When Infernal's coming out for sure.
Yeah, big announcement coming. I will say, and this is not a spoiler because it's actually not greenlit yet. But I will say I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more Hellhunters.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Fantastic.
Beautiful.
For sure. I always kind of wanted Hellhunters to be a series of miniseries, like a movie with sequels rather than a TV show that never ends.
Okay.
That's always how I envisioned Hellhunters. For various reasons. It just gives the story room to breathe for a minute, and that gives people a chance to like look forward to the next one. But also, you have the same artist in the whole thing. The whole thing has this unified kind of feel visually and everything. But I have plenty more arcs of Hellhunters I would love to tell. So I'm hopeful that eventually it'll be like a whole series of books on the shelf, like the Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips stuff, where it's just a series of miniseries that'll kind of line up on the wall.
Like the criminal stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I want to do with Hellhunters, and I'm definitely going to do more of that. So look for that.
Oh yeah, dude.
If there's one character you haven't written yet, with
That's my
Marvel,
question.
go.
That was literally my question. If there's any, I mean, your resume is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you have on your hit list that you want to tackle? Is there anybody that you want to?
Bro.
I mean, the chat has been talking about like Daredevil, Ghost Rider, there's so many different things and avenues that I think you would crush. Is there something that you are interested in? Is there something that you are just haven't gotten yet that you're like, I could do this?
The Spectre. Oh, I'm sorry,
dude. If we're talking DC, Spectre. I mean, honestly, DC. I would have to say Constantine.
Ooh, that'd be great.
But I'll tell you though, dude. Spectre will be all up in that book. Like I would happily do a procedural Spectre book.
Yeah.
Where it's like every issue is like a new like bad guy takedown kind of a thing.
Okay.
God, that would be fun as hell.
If you do that, could you dedicate that to Uncle Nephew Shane? Every book.
Shane, you'll 100% be in that book.
You'll be in that one.
Thank you so much,
Well,
BKJ.
thank you.
But Marvel though,
Oh yeah, go.
Oh, okay.
I'd say Wolverine.
All right, cool.
Oh.
You best believe.
Chat,
I've
he
got
has
I've got a
spoken.
Wolverine take. I've got a Wolverine take that would rock your socks.
You serious? Oh,
Yeah,
Sonny.
my
I'll tell you
favorite
right
part.
now, let's workshop it here. So I know we got to go, but
No. Go ahead.
No.
Real fast.
We'll throw
just,
Quan for extra bucks.
Real slow.
Wolverine Forever War.
Oh.
Like I have a take that I want to do on Wolverine, and it's
He already has it in mind,
Like-
man.
inspired by the old Larry Hama stuff back in the day. Larry Hama, Adam Kubert. Like,
Okay.
I love that stuff, and like the role that Wolverine had in the early like Jim Lee X-Men stuff too.
Oh sure.
There's a certain kind of Logan that I love to see, and also I have my own headcanon about his history that kind of it doesn't retcon his actual origin, but it makes him
More bad.
in my opinion, much more interesting and like a. And I should shut the fuck up. But it's going to be I'm gonna.
Nope.
Someday.
Someday.
Okay.
Someday I'm going to do my Wolverine Forever War.
I think the chat has just been
That'd be so
ecstatic.
great.
Thank you guys for participating. Everybody's been asking.
loves PKJ.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. I think my
Oh my
favorite
God,
part.
dude, it's always a pleasure. This is my favorite show. Significant.
Are you serious? Oh,
Yeah, man.
Y'all gonna
That
make
clip
me
will
cry
be
again?
out in 45 minutes.
and even though, and I told Frank, I was like,
PKJ
no matter
approved.
what questions we have and what we're preparing, my favorite part is just chopping it up and shooting the shit with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
I talking
I
about
know.
music
I'm
for
sorry.
with
We
Shane.
gotta do
Love
another.
that.
I gotta get out to Vegas. We'll do another taco hang. This time.
Yeah,
please, man.
dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Please
Actually, I
do,
don't know. Sonny and Shane, neither one of you guys.
No,
were
we
at
weren't
that
there.
area.
Yeah, I was.
We
working.
weren't?
Yeah.
Where was I? What was I doing?
You're probably drinking
I
not
was drinking somewhere.
at a comedy
Frank and
show
Marcus.
during our 5-year anniversary. You didn't attend.
Come on.
Hey, I'm out of the army now. I can travel way easier. I should just get out there. We'll do one of these live.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll
No,
talk
do it.
maybe if you're free around the time the Infernal Hulk's coming out and got some time. We'll talk about it.
That'd be
That'd be
dope.
You're always welcome here, man.
It's
All right.
not. It's
I'll
not
try to
pressing.
wrap it up. I know it's getting late.
Well, it's super late for you, so thank you. Even though you messaged me at like
Thank
1
you.
o'clock Pacific
Thank-
time last night, I was like, what is it doing up at 4 o'clock?
He's goofing off.
But thank you so much. We love having you on. Can't wait to have you on again. Hopefully sitting to the left or right of us next time or sometime
Yeah.
That'd be
soon.
awesome.
And just it's always a great hang. Sonny,
wonderful
what
human
do you have for the people?
I mean, this guy's the best.
Come on,
I think.
man.
Thank you, PKJ, for just even hanging out with us.
What a wonderful man.
Anytime.
So dope.
Everything that we've got going on, everything that we've been doing is really a testament to like we said in the beginning of the show, just a couple of dudes just hanging out, just trying to have fun. And I never thought that we would be able to have a guest like him
Like this
when
dude.
we first started our show. So I'm just super grateful. Thanks to the chat. Thanks to Quan. Thanks to PKJ. And I guess you guys are kind of chill, I guess.
You see us too often, I guess. Shane,
Listen,
what do you have for the people?
I'm a simple man.
Debatable.
Debatable.
I'm a goofball in most
Yeah.
statures, and when it comes to really dealing with things, I don't know much. I don't think a lot. I'm a goofball. But when it comes to this type of setting with a guest such as PKJ doing what he does for us, I just think it's an amazing opportunity. I'm glad that we can hang out with this dude because he is truly one of us.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
No, I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, we
Thank
are.
you.
I'm going to get some clips from the show up right afterwards. So if you missed it, you'll see some stuff on Instagram and TikTok, which are, Frank's not here to throw me a very complicated segue, so I don't have to do it.
Paul,
Oh, go ahead, Sonny.
How do we reach each other and comic verse nerds while admiring PKJ's work on the interwebs?
You can reach
That's
us
fantastic.
and other comic verse nerds
Wow.
and
That's beautiful.
PKJ on the interwebs through
Excellent.
@into_Sonny
Sonny.
comics on Twitter, @Into the West Comics on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you're watching this and haven't liked and subscribed, what are you
What are
doing?
you doing? Get
What are you
yourself together,
doing?
man.
Anyways,
Follow the show. Let's go.
at Into the West Comics on Spotify and Apple Pods, and we're gonna have plenty of stuff coming out over the next couple of weeks, and we cannot wait to have Phillip back on again. And shout out Quan for doing this an hour early for us, so Phillip could get a little bit of sleep. And just super awesome, and thank you all tons.
Thanks, Quan. Love you so much, everybody.
That was cute. No,
Oh,
that's
that's
great. That was
great.
the thing. That was the thing.
Okay. Love you, Eva.
Love you,
Love you,
Lee
PKJ.
Eva.
You're the sweetest.
Later, guys. See you guys next
cutest.
week.
I mean, PKJ's the cutest and sweetest, not you, Eva.